Great morning, you all. How are you doing? Happy Thursday. This is your girl, Shan. Happy Thursday. Now, I hope you all are doing well. I always do my little positive words for the day to hope and pray that you're in a positive mindset. But I'm going to go ahead and get into today's topic. I'll be like, oh, Lord, you really be having me bring some things. But hey, the truth is truth and real is real, at least my opinion. Anyway, so I'm going to be talking about real quick. One man's trash is another man's treasure. But I got to say good morning to the coffee crews that come in. So good morning, Dalisha. Good morning, Cammy. How y'all doing? Good morning, Natasha. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Good morning, Keela. Okay, I want y'all to think about this. Hey, Cousin Kim. Have you ever or were you ever in a relationship with somebody and now at the age that you are at, you look back and you like, oof, oh, I thank you. I'm no longer in that relationship with that individual. This is one thing that I always hear people say, which I don't understand this. Good morning, Marlene. How are you going to get upset? Hey, Paula Jean. When you no longer want to be with someone, you get upset, okay? You talk them down. I have heard to where women have been told nobody's going to want you. You're ugly. All these negative self things are interjected into that person. How are you doing, Alex? To make them feel bad in some kind of way, like nobody will ever want them. You're too big. You're too small. Your nose is too big. Your hair is not long enough. Nobody's going to ever want you. Now, this is what the person that you supposedly love is telling you because they're trying to interject self-doubt into you, right? I've heard, ain't nobody gonna want you. You got too many children. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna want you with all these kids? Or you got kids with different baby daddies. Who gonna want you? You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff irritates me to no end. I've even heard where, and this is why I don't understand either, and I'm gonna get into it. I just gotta set up the scene. You know what I'm saying? I've even heard where, let's say that a female, the woman of the relationship, the wife, you know what I'm saying? Y'all first started off, y'all were both struggling. And then she got a little bit more education. Maybe that man has said, you know what, baby? I'm going to encourage you. The husband might have said, I'm going to encourage you. Go ahead and get you some education. Whatever. I support you. I got your back. But see, let me just keep it real, shall I? Like I always do. See, when this heifer gets some education behind her, then all of a sudden she's sitting up here and talking him down like he a dog because here I am with my bachelor's degree and she going in on him talking about all you got is your GED or all you got is your high school degree, like she high and mighty, right? So then let's say, good morning, Sister Lolo. Then let's say, y'all go ahead, y'all separate from each other because even though one man's trash is another man's treasure, I'm talking about it from both aspects. I'm not going just going on to me, and y'all know I don't do that. But anywho, y'all go ahead and y'all separate. Now this is what I don't understand. Help me, Lord, today. How is it that you no longer wanted your spouse? They were never good enough when they were with you. You talked them down like they were trash. I know, and I have purposely seen men and women that were husbands and wives who will purposely talk their spouse down and belittle them so that way in their sick minds, they making it seem like or they believe that their spouse will never leave them because they're the only ones that love them. They're only good enough for them. What kind of, anyway, so say you move on. Now this is what I don't understand. How is it that you never wanted to be with that individual? They were never good enough for you. You talked them down like a dog, but when they happen to get with somebody else and they happy and they're grinding, and that same guy that you was talking down that wasn't good enough because he only have a GED or a high school diploma, now this joker's about to walk the stage with his doctorate, or he's about to walk the stage getting his master's degree, or he done picked up a $1.5 million contract, and then you sitting up here and you upset because, why couldn't he do all that when he was with me? Let me break down something if I shall. Now, scripture that comes to my mind, which I think I'm going to dig in on tomorrow, which may be a little funny, but it says, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord. Okay? A man that finds a wife. Now, see, some of y'all got some wives that are amazing, and they will hold you down, and they're quiet, and they got your back, and they will lift you up, and they doing all these things behind the scenes that you don't even know that they doing, but you set up here and you tear them down because of your own little insecurities. This is why people do this. But when you see that individual that you no longer wanted and you threw them out like trash because they wasn't good enough and they get with somebody else, this is what I don't understand. And you see them prospering with somebody else. The question has always been asked. I don't understand. How is it that they're doing good with that individual, but they never did good like that with me? That's the question. One of the questions that's always been asked. Okay. Number two, if you didn't want them and you threw them out like yesterday's trash, how in the John Brown do you have the audacity to try to get mad with them because they done moved on with somebody else? Because the prayers that they was praying when they was saying, God, I don't understand. I'm not good enough in this marriage. He's saying I'm not good enough. He said that I'm too fat. He said that I'm too skinny. My hair not long enough. She said that I don't have enough education. She's put me down talking about I'm not a real man because I'm picking up garbage because I work for the city picking up garbage. She's saying I'm not good enough, but God, can you bless me? And see, that's the thing. When I sit and I think back to the individuals that I was with prior to my husband, I remember, and my husband said the exact same thing. I prayed and I said, God, I am sick and tired of being with these jokers. See, it didn't take me too many jokers to be jumping from joker to joker to joker. When I look back, okay, I done had a baby by one. Okay, God, yeah, that was of me. That was not of you. You had nothing to do with that. See, I don't blame God for the things that I do. How many of y'all? Hey, Chandra. And then, okay, well, this joker over here, yeah, he was supposed to be my boo thing, but you sitting up here and you done got your best friend who was your sister pregnant and y'all done had, okay, God, look here. I don't want to be fooling around. I'm just going to be me and my child until you bring somebody. And my husband said that he prayed the exact same thing. So for those of you who are out there, that you were told that you were not good enough by a person who supposedly loved you, by a person who you were married to that was supposed to love you for the rest of your life, and y'all are no longer together, baby, quit walking with your lip dragging the ground. You hear me? What you do is you get before God and you pray and you wait. See, you pray and you wait. See, a lot of y'all ain't praying and waiting because you say, well, I don't like being lonely. I don't like being by myself. This don't feel good. You pray and you wait on the Lord, because I'm here to tell you that individual will come, okay? But what I don't understand is when you have an individual, you done threw me out like in a whole hefty cinch sack bag like I'm garbage. You done talk me down like a dog, but then as soon as I get who God has for me, now you want to come and disturb my peace? Baby, won't you go on about your business, because you wasn't studying me, remember? You wasn't studying me. As long as you knew that I didn't have nobody, you was good. As long as you knew. But then when you seen that I got somebody and I'm happy, then you sit up here and you want to be commenting, well, that person ain't gonna be. Wait a minute. How am I gonna take some advice from an individual who treated me like trash? So for those of you who are in a marriage, this is why me and my husband say this all the time, especially on our radio show. You need to recognize what you have. Because see, let me tell you about a diamond. See, some of us females, y'all when it comes to a diamond. I done got upgraded and all that. But baby, that diamond wasn't always pretty. You see what I'm saying? When that stone was picked out, some pressure had to be added to it. Some work had to be done. Some polishing that probably didn't feel good had to be done. You see what I'm saying? Before it became that precious diamond. See, some of y'all are in y'all's marriage right now. Good morning, Lisa. You are not trying to do the things that need to be done to be precious diamond. What you're doing is you talking your spouse down like trash. Oh, you just this ugly lump of coal. You just this ugly stone. Baby, now you got to work together and realize what you got, because it says a man to find a wife finds a good thing. A good thing. See, treasure is a good thing. But when you don't realize your treasure, your lips start hanging out when somebody else do. Okay? So I need y'all to get y'all's whole life together and examine. Do I have me a good thing? Don't you ever put your nose in the air and snub your nose in the air when it comes to your spouse. Don't you ever talk them down like a dog. See, one thing like I told y'all a couple weeks ago that I told my husband, before, God forbid, I'm to leave out of this marriage, I'm going to do everything that I can in my power to be the best wife that I could be, the best mother I could be. I'm going to learn all the things that I need to learn. See, some of y'all are too quick to throw your spouse out like yesterday's trash, but then you got your lips stuck out when you see them with somebody else and they prospering. Because let me tell you about a good woman. You see what I'm saying? A good woman will hold you up. When you got your head down, baby, let me tell you about a good man. A good man will break his back working 2 or 3 jobs to put your tail through college, because a good man understands. A good husband understands. Guess what? You know what, baby? When you prosper, we prosper. You see what I'm saying? She's saying, you know what, baby? Hold your head up. I got you. I'm a support your arms like Aaron and did. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to hold you up, and I got you. And I need you to understand that, so you don't walk around when this world is trying to beat you down, baby, because I'm here and I got your back. See, that's what good treasure do. But in order for you to get to the good treasure in your marriage, you got to work at it. And see, ain't nobody trying to do no work. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work on today, because it's easier for you because you don't know who you are as an individual to trash your spouse. So ain't nobody trying to put in no work. You better recognize what you got. And so for those of you who are in a marriage, I need you to do a self-examination, a mental examination with me real quick, right? Do this. Think about your spouse. Do they bust their behind? Do they support you? Do they help you? Even if your wife don't have a job and she take care of the house, baby, I'm here to tell you, taking care of the house is something kind of hard. You hear me? Were you trying to keep up with all this? Don't belittle her, sir, because you got a job and she don't, baby. She washing your nasty drawers, making sure your kids are taken care of. You see what I'm saying? And that your house is clean. You don't belittle that lady. You hold her up as a queen because she is your wife. You don't, just because she in the house, put her down and then you set up here talking about some, oh yeah, you ain't worth nothing. Because I'm telling you, God knows and he hears everything that you say and you do when it comes to your spouse. You hear me? And when you go into that prayer closet, baby, how many of y'all have been in that prayer closet where you say, you know what, God, I'm tired of dealing with these jokers. I'm tired of trying to meet these people online. I'm tired of trying to do it on my own, God. I need you to help me. So you go into that prayer closet and you wait on God, and God blesses you. So if you this tacky individual, yes, that's what I'm going to say, that you had a good thing. You had an amazing wife, but you treated her like dirt. You was too busy listening to your homeboys that wasn't in a stable relationship and they didn't have anybody. You was listening to your homeboys telling you, oh man, why you sitting up here tied down to her, this, that, and other, because it was more important for you to kick it with your homies than kick it with your wife. Be there with your family and be there present with your family. You see what I'm saying? And then you sit up here and you talk her down. And see, this is the thing about, I ain't trying to cut about no dog, but I need you to go here with me. If you continue to kick and hurt a dog, that joker is either gonna snap back on you or it's gonna run away, because it's gonna get tired of it. You see what I'm saying? And so when it gets tired of it and you decide, no, I don't want to be with you no more. You see what I'm saying? And see, this is what I told my husband. I asked my husband this question. And men, if you on here, help me understand this too. Women, you know, what's your thoughts? But men, I really want you to help me understand this. Why is it that when it comes to a man, you can jump out of a relationship, a marriage, let me say your marriage, and you can jump into another relationship? Now, as long as she ain't with nobody else, you good. You over here, you making it seem like on social media, oh, you got you a good thing now. But basically what you're doing is trying to spite the person who was really holding you down. Not this snake that was whispering in your ear talking about yesterday's video. Okay, if you missed it, go back and watch it. It was on fire, trust and believe. Howsoever, soon as she get with somebody else, and that somebody else treat her like a queen, then you got an attitude. Why is that, man? Can you answer that for me? I don't understand. I asked my husband the same question. Why is that? As long as she lonely, she by herself with the kids, you ain't tripping. But as soon as she get with somebody who treat her like a straight queen, because see, that's what happens. One man's trash is another man's treasure, okay? When somebody recognized, because that's what I did with my husband. I told you I done had this conversation with his ex-wife. Baby, you can't. She trying to talk. Now, who does this? Help me, y'all. Help me. I promise you, I'm about to get ready to go. Who does this? How's she gonna try to be on the phone with me talking my husband down to me, and I'm the wife that was married to him at that time, probably 7 to 8 years in. You trying to dog my husband to me. He ain't no good. Oh, he this and this and this. Has some of y'all ever had the ex try to do this? The ex-wife or the ex-husband try to get on the phone and try to talk to the person that, hello, boo-boo. Hello, I'm married to them. Hello. I live with them. Hello, I grind and build with them. I've built a family with them. So what do you think you gonna tell me that you only telling me out of your anger that you've had? Honey, it ain't nothing you could tell me. Go on ahead, and the conversation I had with the young lady is, go on ahead and admit that you messed up. You had a good thing. You had a man that came in taking care of you, and at that time, your 2 different kids by 2 different men. He was getting off of work, doing homework and everything with your kids, taking them to the park, making sure they was fed and cook for them and everything. How many of y'all done had this situation happen? And I had to tell her, no, baby, no. And I was like 14 years her junior. No, baby, no. So what? No, just go ahead and admit that you had a good man. And you didn't realize you had a good man until you seen him with me. But see, this is where you're wise and you're smart. You recognize and realize what it is that you have. You see what I'm saying? I recognize that my husband, hard worker. I recognize that he gets up and grind. I recognize how supportive he is. And see, that's the thing. Some of y'all marriages right now, you don't recognize what you got. That's why me and my husband always try to promote. Open your eyes and realize what you got. Can you imagine seeing your husband and your wife married to somebody else and happy? Could you? Oh, you can't? Well, you better recognize what you got. Don't be talking them down like trash, because trust and believe that what you think is trash is another man or another woman's treasure. So I always say this. I don't know who I'm talking to on the day, but I need you to examine yourself and work with that stone that you have. Work on polishing your husband and your wife. Work on being there. Work on grinding until you get that beautiful diamond. That's what the marriage is. I don't believe that God makes any mistakes, and God don't make no junk. That's what they used to say when I was growing up in the church. So you might want to realize and recognize that what you got. If you don't think, husbands, that another dude is sitting back in the corner pocket while you sitting up here cussing your wife out on the phone and she crying coming into work, they don't recognize the good things in her. Ain't trying to say they trying to slither in like a snake. They waiting for your tail to mess up. So if you don't learn how to treat your wife, trust and believe somebody else is waiting, because they recognize the value in your wife. They recognize the value in your husband. So go ahead and get it together for you find yourself by yourself with your lip dragging the ground. Like I say to my ladies, you're going to be old with a bunch of cats, and my dudes, you're going to be old with a bunch of dogs. These are my babies, my pit bulls. Okay, you better recognize what you got. And for you haters, let me go ahead. For the ones who you didn't recognize, and you didn't treat your wife like a queen, and you didn't treat your husband like a king, don't you dare try to break up the happiness that they receive after you, because you could not realize and recognize the treasure in which you had. Don't you dare try to come against them and try to cause havoc. You wasn't bit more studying this woman when she didn't have nobody. But when she have somebody that's kissing her feet, that's treating her like a queen, then you try to bring your ignorant behind around again. Don't you dare. That is nothing of God. And you will not ever be blessed or prosperous when you try to ruin the happiness of somebody else because you didn't recognize what you had. So y'all have a blessed day. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Be a blessing to somebody today and not a curse. Share this because it's free, because somebody need to hear this truth. Your girl, she ain't gonna be back with y'all tomorrow, whatever it is that God placed on my heart. So God bless you and blessings to you.